Hello and welcome to another episode of Wayne's Wednesday's Wizarding Wonders. On this show, I'm going to be looking at a different side to ALAKAZAM magic, that being the children's magic and family magic. My name is Wayne Goodman, and today I've got some great things to show you. Before we get into all that though, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and also click on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great content that we have got coming to the ALAKAZAM channel. Today's show is a little bit different. I'm going to be looking at 3 different tricks that all come under the same sort of genre, really. They're very, very different, but they all work the similar sort of way. So let's have a look. Hey everybody, today we're going to do a fantastic thing. I've got a colouring book. Now, I love colouring books. I'm sure you love colouring books as well. I need your help. What we need to do is everybody pretend they've got a crayon box in their lap. And to open it up very carefully, and all the crayons are there really nicely. Now, we're going to use these crayons to colour in my colouring book. Now, be honest, those of you who are watching who sometimes scribbles on their pictures. Come on, be honest. It's okay to be honest. Who sometimes goes over the lines, even if you don't mean to. Sometimes you might go over the lines. With this book, I want you to try and do the best colouring that you can and not go over the lines, okay? Now, I'm going to show you inside the book here because I've got some pictures in here, okay? And all the pictures are beautiful pictures of people doing what? There's no pictures. What are you talking about? There's no, of course there's pictures. It wouldn't be a colouring. There's no pictures. Oh, right. Okay, forget the crayons in the lap. Everyone point your finger up in the air. This is going to be our magic pencil. Everyone go click, click, click. Very good. So it's a pencil. We are going to draw some pictures. So everyone point their fingers and think about your favorite magic trick. Think it might be somebody floating in the air, or it might be the magic linking rings, or it could be some cards. I love cards. Okay, everyone draw. Might be a rabbit in a hat, might be a magician and his assistant. Okay, draw those pictures, do it nicely, and now I want you to throw those pictures up into the book. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. And now we're going to wiggle our fingers, say abracadabra. Very nice. And if I go through now, hopefully we'll have some, we have got some pictures. Look at that. There's the linking rings. There's some doves and rabbits coming out of a hat. Look at that. We've got a floating bird, we've got a person with a box. That's fantastic. Look at those cards. Who drew the card bit? Come on, be honest. Who did you? I thought so. Look at that one with the magic table, and oh, there's a magician with his assistant. That's really, really good. But that wasn't what I wanted to do. We wanted to colour the pictures. So everyone take your first crayon out and draw that very nice colouring. That's the red one. Put the red one down, pick up a yellow one. Put the yellow one down, pick up a green one. Put down the green one, pick up an orange. Put down the orange, pick up an apple. Put down, what do you mean you can't draw with an apple? You drew with an orange. Okay, pick up your favourite colour, pink, purple, pink, brown, blue, black, green, whatever it might be, and colour with that one. Very good. No scribbling. And now take your pictures and throw them into the book. Now, if this works, I want you to give yourselves a really big round of applause because you made this happen. But if we all say abracadabra, not bad. Check it out. If I go through here now, if the pictures are all beautifully coloured in, give yourselves a massive round of applause. We go 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Every single page. Look at that. You have done no scribbling at all. That's the best colouring I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. Look at that picture. And oh my goodness. And it's a purple jacket, which is my favourite, matches my top today. Look at that. You have done an absolutely amazing job. Well done, guys. Let's get on with the next trick. Hi guys, so I'm going to show you a fantastic trick today, and I am a mad fan on rockets. I love space. I've always loved space. When I was about 5 years old, we did a project on space, and it said learn as much as you can about space, and I'm still learning now. I love everything to do with it, and I love TV shows as well. I love Star Trek, Star Wars. I love all those sort of things. I'm a real sci-fi fan, but also like the factual things. And this is a book that my daughter had in her last year at primary school. It's all about rockets, and it teaches you everything you need to know about space travel, and it really goes into a lot of detail, and the pictures are amazing. Let me show you. So we've got here the first one here. There's a Mercury Redstone rocket, which was one of the first American rockets. We've got the Soyuz rocket, which was a very famous Russian rocket. We've got the Saturn V rocket. Saturn V was one of the most successful of all the American space rockets. Really, really, really cool. We've got the Houston rockets, who jump so high when they're scoring their basketballs, they're like spaceships themselves, not really a rocket book, but they are called the Houston Rockets, so I suppose I have got a place. And then we've got the rocket booster. Now these are the side rockets and the big one at the back that would carry the space shuttle up into space. I grew up with the space shuttle, so it's one of my favorite ones. And then we've got the Long March, which is a more recent rocket from the 1990s through till present. The Long March has been going up quite a few times up into space. And then we've got Johnny Rockets, who make burgers and milkshakes and fries that are out of this world. Like the rockets, they're out of this world. Johnny Rockets, another rocket, you see, does work. And then we've got the Falcon Heavy, which is a more modern rocket. And of course the SpaceX spaceship, which is going to be one of the first spaceships to go to Mars. And then of course we've got the Radio City Rockets, who kick their legs so high it is like they're kicking into outer space. Now my daughter made a very, very good observation, which is that all these rockets all face the same way. They all go up, but the planet is round. So what about rockets that are taken off from like Australia and that? Do they go down and then come round, or how does that work? So it's very unusual because the world is spinning as well. And so if the world is spinning, then surely once, you know, these people, they are rocket scientists. They know how to do it. So when they take off with their rockets, even though the book is upside down, they know exactly which way they should be going in. You see, and I can go through the whole book, and even though the book is upside down, the rockets are still going the same way. And of course, as the world is spinning, they have to work out where, you know, as it goes around. So even if we get to this like here, well, I know these rocket scientists will have worked it out so they can make sure the rockets are still going in the right direction. And my daughter, she was like, Dad, you should be an astronaut. And I was like, well, I would love to have been an astronaut, but unfortunately I wasn't that clever. And if I did it, well, there's no saying which way those things would be going. And that is everything I know about rockets. So there we have a classic performance, and now I'm going to show you what the difference between these books are. So there's 3 different books here, and I know that on the ALAKAZAM site you will find other colouring books that you can get. So there's a Marvel one, there's a Disney one, there's a Toy Story one, I think. There's a few different ones. They all work exactly the same as the classic colouring book. This hasn't really changed in the last 30 years and is as good now as it was then. This is also, I've got about 4 different colouring tricks, and it's how I always open my children's shows. Up to about 7 or 8 years old, they're all doing some sort of colouring. I've got a pull through colouring one, I've got a colouring competition one. This is still one of my favourites. It packs flat, it goes in the box, and it works really, really well. There's a number of things here. You get, it's a great book, first of all. And it's so simple to use. You're doing it straight out of the packet. So there's 3 different tabs. I can show it to be blank, I can show it to be line drawings, and then I can show it to be the coloured in pictures. And now some people like to do it first of all with the line drawings and then colour in the pictures, and then everyone blow on it to get rid of the colours for the next show. And oops, you blew too hard, you blow the pictures away. That works great. I quite like it that I forgot to put the pictures in, get everyone to help me. The classic colouring book is a classic, and it's great. It looks good. It doesn't look like a magic prop. It does look like a colouring book. Even when you've got the line drawings and you go through, it's exactly as it should be. And when they're coloured in, they just look beautiful. This gets a wow from the parents and from the kids. It looks completely impossible and works like a dream. For me, this is a must for any kids show. And the price wise as well, not expensive, and an essential addition to any kids show you're doing. That being said, we have got a couple of variations here, so let's have a look at those as well. But first of all, this one, the classic one, brilliant. I do love it. Now, around Halloween sort of time, you may want to change it up and include something like this. Now, this is the zombie book by Twister Magic, and it's, again, beautifully made. This one's slightly different. So this one, you start with, it's a family album book. So you can go through and, also it's here in the middle, first of all, you can go through and show the families. There's mum and dad, brother and sister, there's the babies, granny and granddad, the cousins, and then the pets. Then during the course of it, you don't see it happening, but as you go through now, they start to all turn to zombies. Now you don't see this, of course, but everyone starts shouting at you that it's happening, and you look down again. No, they're fine. They're just a thing, and then bang, boom again. Now there's some extra additions to this, which I'm going to come back to in a second. Then at the end, when you go through, all the pictures are blank and you can't find the zombies. At this point, you can turn around and it comes with these 2 zombies and some a drawing pin and some Velcro, so you can stick it to your back. And when you turn around, you have these on your back. They look great. They're the same characters that are in the books. The kids will scream and shout and tell you that they're there. Really, really good. I really like it. So that's that. They also comes with another little edition as well, and I'm going to use this one. So you can turn a bit around, etc. He says you can do it like that, but I think a quick flash won't reveal it. But you've also got a hand that comes out from the back. It's magnetized to the back, and you can bring it up to the top. There's a second magnet there, so you can bring it to the top. You can nothing under here. You can look down here, bring it back up to here again. One thing that you get 2 hands. You get that hand, and you also get this hand. Where he does it up his nose. Not really my style, so I don't think I'd use that one. However, with this hand, what I do like is when it's here, is you're looking around and go, zombies. I would know if there were zombies, and you can bring the hand down and you go, oh, hello, how you doing? Nice to meet you. It's a zombie. And then it's gone again, and again, a quick flash, and they're not going to see it on the back. And then you can bring it out, etc., or bring it up and tap your face. It's coloured the same as the back of the book, and it's magnetized, so it will just sit there. The magnet is actually strong enough. If you wanted to, you could have both hands on there and then do one and then do the other one. So it's a nice little addition. That kind of brings the colouring book out a little bit more. There's no colouring in with this either. It is just a family album book with it changed to the zombies. Now, the quality of this one, I've had the colouring books for years, and even though I use them at every show, they do last quite a long time. The quality of them is brilliant, and it will last a long time. The quality of this, I would say, is not as good as the quality of this book. However, you're only going to be using this for a few weeks over Halloween, and it will last for that. I mean, it will last a while. It's not going to fall apart after 2 shows, but I don't think it would last up to being used 3 or 4 times a week every single week. So while it's great, it is better just for that short period of time. Saying that, it is well made. It looks beautiful. The pictures, I've obviously spent a lot of time working on the pictures. They do look great. I love the whole concept of the family album, and they're going through the family and showing them off. So yeah, so still very solid, very great effect, but limited, I would say, just to the Halloween, or unless you're doing a show that you want to include zombies in it any time of the year. But for me, this would be a Halloween edition. Very nice. Yeah, that goes as well. Now, the last one is this one. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I love the colouring book. However, for me, this is going to very quickly take over, I think, as the colouring book method in my show. And I'll probably go to using another painting trick for my painting effect, and this will take over another part. This also works well with the older children. I've done this on 10 and 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, who are also like, they're like, oh my God, how did that work? You know, they love it. I was filming some other tricks today, and I had a couple of boys here with the mum and dad, and I did it for them, and they loved it. They were like, oh my God, that's amazing. What a great trick. So, and they were like 12, 13. So while I might not include it fully in an older teenager show, I would say up to about 10 or 11 or 12, this is quite a good trick. It's not a normal kiddified trick. The book is appealing. It looks good. But I think it just resonated more with that age group. Saying that, I think the little ones will still love it, even though they might not fully understand it. So yeah, so I would say this is a good all-rounder. Now let's have a quick look with the original colouring book. So this is roughly about A4 size. This is a little bit bigger. So if I hold the colouring book against it, you can see it's almost exactly the same in height. There's maybe an inch there or 2. But it's a good 6 inches, 8 inches wider than the colouring book. It looks fantastic. It's heavy. The images are great, and it works exactly the same way, except I'm going to return the book when I do different sections of the flicking. So we're going to start here now. The main secret is to always flick from the top, apart from when it's sideways. So I'm going to flick from the top here, and I'm going to go through. Now, there are obviously these are all serious rockets, and they've got information underneath the main text that is true and genuine about those rockets. We've also got the comedy ones as well, like the Houston rockets, the Johnny rockets. Now, I was a bit worried about Johnny rockets and also the Radio City Rockettes, because in the UK they're not very well known. Johnny Rockets isn't a well-known brand in the UK like McDonald's or Burger King. However, when I've shown this to people and I get to the Johnny Rockets section, Where is it? 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I say, oh, Johnny Rockets. And then I normally sit on like, this is a big chain in America and their burgers are out of this world. And I sometimes say, but their prices aren't sky high. So a couple of quick gags, all of a sudden, doesn't matter what the burger place is called, they're laughing at the gags about the food. So yeah, that's very quickly become a non-issue for me. And also the Radio City Rockettes. Say the dance group have been around for years and they kick so high, it's like they're kicking the moon or they're kicking the sky. And again, it just boom, and the Houston Rockets as well. Make a gag about it. It doesn't matter if they know what it is or not. They don't know half the rockets in there either. So I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. It's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite props now, this is. I love using it. So you go through this way, you turn the book 180 degrees, and again, you go from the top. And now you're showing that they're still going the right way, which is quite amazing. And then, of course, you spin it to the side, and now you can show that, again, they're still facing the right way. And then at the end, I've turned it back to here. I can show the back. I turn it back to here, and now I go from the bottom, and now they're going to be upside down as I make the gag about me not being a rocket scientist. This is so well made, so well made. Looks beautiful. Is not expensive for what you're getting. It's not expensive. I thought this was going to be double the price for what it was, and it's not. So it's really, really good. It's done by Amaze Kids and I believe Scott Green, and I just want to say well done. You've used an old method, you've created something new with that method, something different, and it really, really is great. It says Harrison Jordan here. I think that might be, I may be completely wrong, but I think that might be his son's, the way it's written, Harrison Jordan. But yeah, I do believe it's Scott Green. This came out last year, 2020. I love it. Like I say, I've done it in a lot of my Zoom shows, and as soon as I'm back to doing actual live shows again, this will be a definite part. Almost, I could do it for adults even. You know, if I'm doing a parlor show, there's a couple of kids there and lots of adults, I will use that in that show as well. So that's the Rocket Book by Scott Green, an absolutely a brilliant addition to the colouring book family, and gets top scores for me. Highly, highly recommended. So let's just go back, recap very, very quickly. So we've got the zombie book, we've got the colouring book, and we've got the Rocket Book. All three are available right now, and we'll put a link in the description below. All three come highly recommended. If you're just starting out or you haven't been doing kids magic for long, then this has got to be in your case. This is the one. I open with this every time. They're screaming, they're shouting, they're abracadabraing, and it's just a great intro into what you're going to be doing. It also sets the standard for the show very, very high. It's so visual, the adults will enjoy it. And especially if you've got older children, then the Rocket Book is a definite as well, and one that you will not be disappointed with. The only thing about the Rocket Book for me is it's so big and heavy, it's going to make carrying my case twice as hard, but that is a worthwhile sacrifice for such an amazing trick. It really is. When this came through the door, well, it didn't come through the door, I had to open the door for it, I was shocked at how big it was. I was like, wow, that's a proper book. And again, it looks like a proper rocket book. It looks like I used to have books on rockets that looked like this when I was younger. It's great. So that's three fantastic effects. I hope you liked them, and check out the links below in the description to check them out on the website. Hey everyone, so I'm going to show you one more quick trick. This is a really, really nice one that will add if you're doing a colouring book or a magic painting or anything like that, or just as a standalone thing. So this is a crayon trick. Let's have a quick look at performance right here. Okay guys, we're going to do a colouring trick, and for that we're going to need some colouring crayons. I've got some crayons here, so let's have a quick look. Oh, no, I haven't got any crayons. Well, not in this box anyway. This box is completely empty, and there's no crayons there at all. But luckily over here, I have got all the crayons that I would ever need for a colouring picture. Now, who can guess my favourite colour? I'll tell you what, I'm going to go across and you tell me to stop whenever you like. Whenever you like. This one here, that is my favourite. Actually, it's not. My favourite colour is purple, but my favourite colouring colour is red. And I've actually got a red handkerchief to go with it. Now, check this out. On the count of three, we're going to see if we can do something special with these crayons. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and they've gone just like that, completely vanished without trace or crayon. They've gone, except they always come back safe and sound, which is why if I open up this box over here, I can show you all the crayons are safe and sound and just enough room for that red one to go home as well. And that is the Magic Crayons. So that was the performance of the travelling crayons by Twister Magic. This is a lovely, well-made prop. You get 2 boxes with it. So the first box is this one. Now this works essentially like a drawer box, so I can show it empty, or if I want to, I can show it completely full. And there's space in there that's completely full, apart from space for 1 red pencil. And then over here you have the vanishing pencil. Now this is a really nice gimmick. I'm not going to expose it on the camera, but needless to say, you have a bunch of crayons. You do a simple selection, you take out the red one, and then you can either do it under cover of the handkerchief. These are generally here, and there's a space there, but whenever you want to, the rest of the crayons vanish and they're completely gone. You can prove it, blah, 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 and they appear back inside the box over here, apart from the missing red pencil because you've taken that one out. What can I say about this? It's a beautiful prop. I would recommend, if you get this, that you're going to need a box to keep these in, to keep them nice, because they will get crushed very, very easily. But if you've got a Tupperware box or a small box that you can get that will fit into them, they'll go into your case. It's a great addition to a bigger routine. And yeah, it's really, really nice. You get a really beautiful vanish of the crayons. And the instructions that comes with it are very clear and concise. The price wise, it's a little bit more expensive than I would have thought when I first saw it, but not ultimately not too expensive to not have it in your act, you know, to use it. So all overall, it's a great little effect, adds to a bigger effect, or as a standalone. I would use it. For me personally, I really like it, but I think I would just use it with the vanishing bit. I wouldn't bother with the bringing them back. So I bring these out, we'd call out the colours while we're doing the routine. I'll take out the red one, use that like a magic wand maybe, and then whenever I wanted to, that's the colouring finish. We don't need the crayons anymore. Bang, the crayons have disappeared. They really have gone, bye bye bye, and then carry on with the rest of the routine. I don't think you need to bring them back because all the colours are now inside the book. So yeah, really, really nice, great little effect, a great addition to a bigger effect, and just enhances your magical prowess to the audience who are watching. I give it a definite good score for that. Really, really nice and really well made as well. Also, workability for it is really good. You know, you're going to get a lot of use out of it. But like I say, you want a box to store them in when you're not using them. So that is the Travelling Crayons by Twister Magic. So that is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. The links to the products are in the description below, so make sure you check those out. And there's also a comment section. If you've got any comments or if you would like to request a trick, then please get in touch. We would love to hear your feedback and your thoughts. And if you've got any other questions, if you're new to doing children's magic, then please don't hesitate to give me a shout and ask me any questions. I will help out in any way that I can. Also, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great shows that are coming forward. We've got so many on the roster now, including a couple by Harry and Joey Dawes. I know that Annie's going to be doing something. Peter's got a few things lined up as well, and we cannot wait to bring them to you. So make sure you click the notification bell and you will miss out on nothing, because you'll get it all, and then you'll be the coolest kid in the gang. Thank you once again. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next week, or in 2 weeks, on the next Wayne's Wednesdays Wizarding Wonders.